Hey guys, welcome to my channel Learning Made Easy Peasy.
Hey everyone, I hope you all are doing well. Today in this class, we are going to learn the full history of 10th Standard Part 2 textbook, that is the Karnataka State Government published textbook, and this video is related to only competitives. So let's begin. The first lesson in this textbook is Freedom Movement. Nationalistic associations like the Hindu Mela, All Indian Association, Pune Sarvajanik Sabha, and the Indian Association were established. This is important, please remember the names. Lytton, who was the Viceroy of India. He was the Viceroy of India. Can you see this picture over here? He is Lytton. So Lytton started the Vernacular Press Act. Why? It was enacted to curb the independence of the independent press. INC, which means Indian National Congress, was born in a national convention held at Bombay in 1885. And who was responsible in the establishment of INC? It was A.O. Hume. Can you see this picture over here? He is A.O. Hume. A.O. Ellen Octavian Hume. W.C. Banerjee, that is Umesh Chandra Banerjee, was the first president of INC. The first 20 years of INC is called as the Age of Moderates. This is important. This is also important. INC was established in a national convention which was held in Bombay in 1885, and who was responsible? A.O. Hume. The drain of resources of India into England is called as the drain theory, and this drain theory was given by Dada Bhai Nauroji. The period of moderates is called as the age of liberal nationalism. This is very important. Please remember that the period of moderates is also called as the age of liberal nationalism. Why so? Because moderates never believed in, fighting one on one, or, in some revolution or bloodshed, nothing. They just believed in begging, persuading, fighting through, legal rules, regulations, and all that. And they believed in British so much. So that is why these, moderates were also called, the age of moderates was also called as the age of liberal nationalism. The period between 1885 to 1905. What happened in 1885? INC was formed, and in 1905, this is a question to you. Please comment below. The age of moderates. So the period between 1885 to 1905 was called as the age of moderates, is called as the age of moderates. Radicals called moderates as the political beggars. This is also very, very important. The British divided Bengal in 1905, extremely important. And who was responsible in the division of Bengal? It was Lord Curzon. Curzon, who was the then Viceroy of India. He was responsible for the division of Bengal in 1905. The British government but withdrew the Bengal Partition Order in 1911. This is extremely important. It was asked several times in several competitive exams. Please remember the year. Often what happens is, in the competitive exams, they just give you the events that happen and the dates as to when it happened, and you have to match the following. So most of the students, they mark it all wrong. If you know, even if you will, know even one or two correct answers, then you will mark everything right. So that possibility is always there. So please remember the year that Bengal partition was withdrawn by the British government in 1911. The dates, the years, and the events are always important and very important. Don't neglect them. Muslim League was born in 1906 to protect the Muslim identity. Tilak published Kesari in Marathi and Maratha in English. These two are also very important. Tilak wrote a book called Gita Rahasya in prison. This book is important, Gita Rahasya. Tilak used Ganesha and Shivaji festivals to kindle the nationalistic fervor among the people. This is also important. Secret organizations named Lotus and Dagger was founded in England. Extremely important. Please remember the names. These were founded in England. So the place, England. The secret organizations were Lotus and Dagger, and what were they? Secret organizations. So please remember these facts. Revolutionary organization called Ghadar Party was founded in USA. Extremely important. Many questions appear on Ghadar Party. So please, read about Ghadar Party as much as you can. Abhinav Bharata and Anushilan Samiti were the two important secret organizations in India. Extremely important. Abhinav Bharata and Anushilan Samiti. Remember the names. What were they? They were both secret organizations and they were found in India for India. Aurobindo Ghosh was a radical first, but later he became a revolutionary. Can you see this picture over here? He is Bal Gangadhar Tilak, the person who started home rule movement and all that. Very important person and very important freedom fighter. Without him, we wouldn't have got our freedom. And this is Aurobindo Ghosh. This picture is of Aurobindo Ghosh. He has also played up a vital role in the freedom movement. So here we have completed the first lesson. The second lesson is Era of Gandhi and National Movement. This picture over here is the picture of Gandhi ji, the father of a nation, the extremely important person, the person who brought us freedom, the person who got us independence. The period between 1920 to 1947, please remember the years, is called as the Gandhian era. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, he was called as Bapu with love, was born on 2nd October 1869, 1869, in Porbandar, Gujarat's Kathiawar district. This is important. His father was Karamchand Gandhi. Who was he? He was the Diwan of Rajkot state. Important. And the mother was Putli Bai. The profession of Gandhiji's father was, he was the Diwan of Rajkot state. This is important. Please remember this. He went to Natal of South Africa to represent Dada Abdullah and Company in 1893. He lived there for 20 long years. This is also important. Why did he go there? Because Dada Abdullah and Company had invited him to fight some case. There was some case. That is why he went. And where did he went exactly? Natal of South Africa, and he lived there for 20 long years. The place he went to, why he went to, on whose invitation, the year 1893, and how many years he lived over there. All this is very important. Please remember. He invented a new tool of protest called Satyagraha. South Africans declare, you sent this unformed Gandhi and we sent back the complete of Gandhi. This is also important. Gandhiji founded Natal Indian Congress. Again important. NIC. Natal Indian Congress. Gandhiji published periodicals Indian Opinion for the first time. Extremely important. He started Passive Resistance Organization. He started Tolstoy Firm and Phoenix Farm to train the people in Satyagraha and non-violent peace struggles. All these things that were started by Gandhiji or established by Gandhiji are always important. Gandhiji was traveling from Pretoria to Durban in first class railway compartment. Pretoria to and Durban in the first class railway compartment. There was, some incident took place. And what was that incident? Please comment below. After a long struggle in South Africa, Gandhiji arrived to India in 1915. Please remember the year. This is important. His political guru was Gokhale. Can you see this picture over here? He was Gopal Krishna Gokhale, the political guru of Gandhiji. This is asked, this was asked several times in the several previous competitive exams, and it can be asked further as well. So please remember, the political guru of Gandhiji was Gopal Krishna Gokhale. Told him to tour entire India in a third class railway compartment. Only then he will get to know the reality of India. He established Sabarmati Ashrama at Ahmedabad in 1916. Again, remember the year. This is important. Who he? Gandhiji. 1917, he did the Champaran Satyagraha, that is the Champaran movement. This was the first Satyagraha that was taken up by Gandhiji in support of indigo growers. Again, important. 1918, he started Ahmedabad Mill Workers Movement. In 1918, again, he started a protest in Kheda village of Gujarat to oppose the land taxes. All this is important. These were the first three movements that were done by Gandhiji. Employed passive resistance, non-violence and satyagraha as the main strategies. He started periodicals like Young India and Harijan. Please remember the names. These are important. The Congress started Tilak Swarajya Fund of 1 crore rupees to uplift the downtrodden people. Again important. The word satyagraha means what? The assertion of the truth. Extremely important. It is his moral weapon. Whose? Gandhiji's. Gandhiji said Hindus and Muslims are the two eyes of Mother India. Such a beautiful thing that he has said. Hindus and Muslims are the two eyes of Mother India, was said by Gandhiji. Also in the competitive exams, they give you one quote or a saying and they give you like four options who said this. So please be well versed with the quotes or the sayings that were said, especially when it is Gandhiji, because many competitive exams like UPSC, KPSC, they love Gandhiji and most questions appear on him. So please read as much as you can about Gandhiji. Rowlatt Act was started by the Britishers in 1919. What was there in this act that made the people of India so furious? Please comment below. Gandhiji formed an association called Satyagraha Sabha. Satyagraha Sabha, very important to oppose this. To oppose what? The Rowlatt Act of 1919. Basically, British started this Rowlatt Act to control the nationalists. Under this act, they could arrest a man and declare him as an offender in a court of law, just like that. So this snatched away the basic rights of people to assemble, to talk, to express, or to say anything against the Britishers. So this Rowlatt Act was like a death sentence for all the Indians. That is why all the Indians were against this act so much, and Gandhiji started an association called Satyagraha Sabha to oppose this Rowlatt Act of 1919. Gandhiji had called for one-day hartal again to oppose this only on 6th April 1919. Please remember the date, it is important. Dr. Fakhruddin and Dr. Satyapal and many other leaders were arrested. Because they were arrested, certain people, number of people, they assembled in the Jallianwala Bagh on 13th April 1919 on the day of Baisakhi festival. They basically assembled over there to celebrate Baisakhi festival as well as to protest against the Britishers because they had arrested many important leaders like Dr. Fakhruddin and Dr. Satyapal. What happened there when they were opposing quite peacefully, it was a kind of a peaceful protest. But a military general of Britishers in the Amritsar, that is General Dyer, he closed all the gates or whatever. There was only one gate. He closed that gate and asked the soldiers of British to fire on the weaponless or the armless people who were peacefully protesting against the atrocities that were done by the Britishers. How stupid this person, General Dyer, was. How stupid he was. Rabindranath Tagore returned his knighthood award. Udham Singh, a revolutionary, killed Michael O'Dwyer in England. This is also very, very important. Udham Singh, he was a revolutionary and he killed Michael O'Dwyer in England. Please remember that the person, General Dyer, who said, to fire the people in Jallianwala Bagh, he is different. And this Michael O'Dwyer in England, who was killed by Udham Singh, this person is different. So please remember this much. The Sultan of Turkey, Caliph. Sultan of Turkey was called as what? Caliph he was called as. And he was the head of all the Muslims all over the world. Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, the two brothers, started the Khilafat movement in support of Turkey in 1919. What was this about? Why did they start this Khilafat movement? Please comment below. As also, this is very important. Remember the names Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. They were also called as Ali brothers, two brothers, Ali brothers. They started the Khilafat movement in support of this Turkey, basically Turkey Khalif in 1919. Then we have this non-cooperation movement, very important movement. Non-cooperation movement in its national convention held in Calcutta on 4th September 1920. Remember the date. National institutions like Kashi Vidyapitha, Gujarat Vidyapitha, Bihar Vidyapitha, and Jamia Millia Islamia Rashtriya Vidyalaya were established. This is very, very important. Remember the names of the institutions. The visit of Prince of Wales in 1921 was opposed. Again important, who was visiting? Prince of Wales. But his visit was opposed all over India. Chauri Chaura incident on 5th February 1922. Again important, the dates are very important. Please remember the dates, especially in the competitive exams like PC or PSI. These kinds of dates are often asked, and they ask you in such a way that you or any person who has studied history for 20-30 years, they also get confused. So please remember the dates. 5th February 1922, a big group of around 3,000 farmers assembled in front of the police station. They burnt down the police station. So this incident that took place in the Chauri Chaura is called as the Chauri Chaura incident, and this was the incident because of which Gandhiji withdrew the non-cooperation movement on 12th February 1922. Again important, British arrested Gandhiji on 10th March 1922, imprisoned him for 6 years, but he was released after 2 years. Swaraj Party, again important, was founded in 1923 by Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das. Motilal Nehru and C.R. Das were the people who founded this Swaraj Party. British government appointed Simon Commission in 1927, important, GOI, that is Government of India Act of 1919. Why was this Simon Commission was appointed? Why did the British government appoint the Simon Commission in 1927? To study about this Government of India Act of 1919 and to find out what were the problems in this act. Why were the people of India still not satisfied? The Government of India Act of 1919 is also famously called as the Montego-Chelmsford reforms. If you remember, we have done this in the previous class. Slogans Simon Go Back. Why were the people opposing Simon Commission? This Simon Commission, which consisted of 7 members, all these members were Britishers and none of it was an Indian. So the people of India believed that only Indians could understand the problems and the misery of Indians, and what will these Britishers who were ruling them and who were doing so many atrocities on them, what will they understand? So this Simon Commission, which consisted of 7 members, all the members were Britishers, and that is why the Indians were furious and they never wanted this Simon Commission to look after any reforms or give suggestions to the Britishers to again do something. And that is why Indians opposed Simon Commission and said, Simon, go back. This was the famous slogan that was used to oppose this Simon Commission. So please remember the slogan. It was Simon, go back. Lala Lajpat Roy died in the Lathi charge in Lahore. Lala Lajpat Rai, the person who was also called as Sher-e-Punjab, Lion of Punjab, he died in Lathi charge in Lahore while opposing this Simon Commission. The challenge of drafting a constitution that will be acceptable to all the political parties and communities of India was accepted by a committee headed by Motilal Nehru, and this committee was called as Nehru Committee. Gandhiji also appreciated the work that was done by Nehru Committee. Britishers then challenged the Indians to draft a constitution to India which will be acceptable by every person of that India. Means every political party of India, every community of India should accept that constitution. And this challenge was accepted by Motilal Nehru, a committee that was headed by Motilal Nehru, and they did form a constitution. And Gandhiji also appreciated the work that was done by Nehru committee. Labour Prime Minister of England, Ramsay MacDonald, he came to power. He became the Prime Minister of England. And who was he? Ramsay MacDonald, he belonged to the Labour class, or you can say Labour Party. In Lahore, Congress convention under the chairmanship of Jawaharlal Nehru adopted a resolution demanding total independence, that is Purna Swaraj. 26th January 1930, very important date, please remember this date, was declared as the Indian Independence Date. Gandhiji to hold a civil disobedience movement. The Constitution of India was adopted on 26 January 1950. What happened is this Purna Swaraj was declared in the Lahore session under the chairmanship of Jawaharlal Nehru. And this became so famous, and this was, so enchanting and interesting that 26th January 1930 was declared as the Indian Independence Date, and the people all over India were very happy, and Gandhiji was to hold civil disobedience movement if we did not get freedom on this particular date. So this date became so close to the hearts of Indians that later the Constitution of India, after the independence, the Constitution of India was adopted on the same date, that is 26 January, but 1950. Only the year is different. This was 1930 and this was 1950. 20 years later, we had, our own constitution, and this was indeed a big celebration to Indians. Dandi March. Gandhiji wrote a letter to the Viceroy. Who Viceroy? Irwin. He wrote a letter to Irwin putting forward 11 points. So Gandhiji declared civil disobedience on 12th March 1930. First of all, Gandhiji wrote this letter to the Viceroy Irwin putting forward 11 points. In these 11 points, Gandhiji had all the demands, what he expected the Britishers to do. Lastly, he had one demand, that was remove all the taxes that you have put on salt. But Irwin, this person Irwin, who was the Viceroy of India, he read the starting, 3-4 points of Gandhiji, and that was there in that letter, and he felt furious and he said, we are never going to agree to these demands. He did not even go to the last demand, that was remove the tax on salt. And when he said that we are not going to accept these demands, Gandhiji became furious and he showed to the world that the Britishers are so cruel that they cannot even remove the tax on the salt, which is found in such, immense. When he said that, Gandhiji, when he said no, and when he did not agree to the 11 points of Gandhiji, Gandhiji then declared the civil disobedience on 12th March 1930. You see how intelligent our, father of nation, our Gandhiji was. He was a very intelligent person, and he knew the politics in a way that I don't think so any other person knew. So this picture over here, can you see this? This is a picture of Dandi March. It is also called as Salt March. So the civil disobedience movement was declared on 12th March 1930. Please remember this date. Charaka, the spinning wheel, became more famous during this march. The National Movement Week was observed from 6th to 13th April. This is again important. The people who participated with Gandhiji, they were all arrested. And who were those? Vijay Lakshmi Pandit, Kamala Nehru, S.V. Patel, Raja Gopalachari, Rajendra Prasad, and all others. Yes, a woman too were in the forefront during the national movement. So please remember the names. These, this 5-6 names are very important. Mailara Mahadevappa, 18 years old, participated in Dandi March. This is important. He was just 18 years old. What is his name? Mailara Mahadevappa. Karnataka Congress formed a committee of R.R. Divakara, Kaujalagi, Hanumanta Raya, Gangadhar Deshpande, Hardikar Manjappa, and Karanadu Sadashivaraya organized salt satyagraha at Ankola of Karwar district. This is very, very important. Remember the names. And the salt satyagraha of Ankola of Karwar district is very, very famous. Please remember. Also find out the exact date when it happened and comment below. Nanna Karnataka, Nanna Nadu, Nanna Karunadu was in the forefront during the national movement. The first roundtable conference, a meeting of Indian legislative representatives, was held at London in 1930. For the first time, representation was given to the untouchable community at the conference. Gandhi Irwin, the Viceroy Pact was signed. Can you see this picture over here? This is Gandhiji, this is Irwin. So a pact was signed, and this pact was famous as the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. Was signed. Gandhiji then stopped. The minute it was signed, he stopped and he called off the civil disobedience movement. The second roundtable conference, Ambedkar pressed for separate electoral constituency for untouchables. It was opposed by Gandhiji. British implemented communal award in 1932, but Gandhiji opposed this and started fast into that. Why did he oppose this? Because according to this communal award, a separate electorate was given to the untouchables, or the Dalits, you can say. And Gandhiji never considered Dalits to be out of the Hindu system. He called them as the son of God, at the children of God, sorry. So he opposed this communal award in 1932. Gandhiji used to never accept any divisions and all that. And he started his very famous fast unto death. Ambedkar and Gandhiji then signed a Pune Pact. Few constituencies were reserved for untouchables among the general constituencies. Result of the roundtable conferences, the Government of India Act of 1935 was given to India, and this is very, very important. What you can say, the provisions that were given in the Government of India Act of 1935 are also very important. So please remember and please, read about it as much as you can. The Viceroy declared India's war with Germany. Gandhiji started personal satyagraha. Congress walked out of the cabinet. Stafford Cripps was sent to talk. The Viceroy, without even talking to the Indians or consulting any of the Indian freedom fighters, they just declared India's war with Germany. This was the time of the Second World War. That time, Gandhiji, he started the personal satyagraha. Congress walked out of the cabinet, and Stafford Cripps, this was sent to talk to Indians. Then we had the Quit India movement of 1942. Can you see this picture over here? This is a picture of the Pune Pact. Ambedkar is talking something, maybe, the declaration that he is given in the Pune Pact, and this is Nehru, and I don't know where Gandhiji is. This was signed between Ambedkar and Gandhiji, and this is a picture of the Quit India movement of 1942. Please remember the year. Congress opposed Stafford Cripps and started Quit India movement. In this, Indians declared, British, you quit India. You have to quit India. It was an order. It was like an order, not a request. And this is very important. Gandhiji said, do or die. Jai Prakash Narayan provided leadership to this movement. Jai Prakash Narayan. Very important. Also read about him. He is an important personality and many questions appear on him. He was the leader of Socialist Wing of Congress. The Socialists formed a group called the Freedom Struggle Front. Again important. When Congress walked out of the government in 1939, opposing the decision of the Viceroy to participate in the Second World War, Muslims celebrated this walkout as Vimukti Divas. This is important. Isur incident. What is this Isur? Isur was a small village in Shivamogga district of Karnataka. This is Karnataka and this is the Shivamogga district. In this district, a small village named Isur. Okay, Isur, a village in Shivamogga district. Isur was renamed as Independent Village or Swatantra Halli. This is important. In 1942, the villagers insisted the government officials visiting the village to wear Gandhi cap. Policemen fired at the villagers and then in return the villagers lynched the officials. So this was a very famous incident that happened in Isur and that is why this village, which was renamed as Independent Village or Swatantra Halli, became so famous. Workers' struggle started in Calcutta in 1827. Can you see this picture over here? This is the workers' struggle which started in Calcutta. A labor union was founded in Madras. Tribal revolts, revolts of Santala, Kola and Munda are important. Halagali Bedas revolt of Karnataka. Halagali Bedas revolt of Karnataka. Santala tribe hilly areas of Bengal and Odisha. Santala tribe, important. Hilly areas of Bengal and Odisha. Subhash Chandra Bose. Who doesn't know him? He is one of my favorite, freedom fighters. Can you see this picture over here? He is Subhash Chandra Bose. He secured 4th rank in the Indian Civil Services ICS exam. He was popular as Netaji, important. In 1934, Bose and Jawaharlal Nehru and Subhash Chandra Bose, they together founded the Congress Socialist Party. This is important within the INC. Bose became the president of the Haripur Convention of INC with the support of Gandhi ji. This is important. Haripur Convention of INC. Bose became the president. Bose quit Congress and founded the Forward Bloc. This is also important. Bose broadcasted his speeches over Azad Hind Radio to Indians. Again important. Bose joined hands with Rash Bihari Bose. Rash Bihari Bose had founded Indian Independence League in Tokyo of Japan. This is extremely important. Indian Independence League in Tokyo of Japan was founded by Rash Bihari Bose, not Subhash Chandra Bose. Okay. He later joined hands with Rash Bihari Bose and all those things happened. That is Subhash Chandra Bose, called its military wing as INA. Indian National Army. Bose called for Delhi Chalo. He said, give me your blood and I will give you freedom. Give me blood, I will give you freedom. So give me your blood, I will get you freedom. This is a very important slogan that was given by Subhash Chandra Bose. Captain Lakshmi Sehgal became the commander of Jhansi Regiment, a women's wing of INA. This is important. Please remember her name. It was Captain Lakshmi Sehgal. Then we have Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, very important person. Can you see this picture over here? He is Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Political freedom without social freedom is meaningless. This was said by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. To prove that the untouchables have been denied even the basic human rights, he organized Mahadir Tank and Kalaram Temple movements. Important. Many questions have been asked like who started the Mahadir Tank and Kalaram Temple movements. So please remember this, okay? And read as much as you can about Dr. B.R. Ambedkar because many questions appear on him. Ambedkar was the Diwan to Baroda Maharaj, again important. Ambedkar never joined the INC. Never he joined the INC and founded Bahishkrit Hitakarni Sabha and later Swatantra Karmika Party. Again important. Published periodicals like Prabuddha Bharata, Janata, Mukanayaka and Bahishkruta Bharata. Very important. Very, very important. Remember the names. There are so many, like 4 periodicals he started. Prabuddha Bharata, Janata, Mukanayaka and Bahishkrit Bharata. Ambedkar became the first law minister of independent India. Again important. He left Hinduism and became a Buddhist in his later age. He believed that what Marxism can bring change with bloodletting and violence, the same change would be brought about by Buddhism with peace and non-violence. Non-violence. Awarded Bharat Ratna posthumously, the highest civilian honor. A leader without periodicals is like a bird without wings. A leader without periodicals is like a bird without wings. This was also told by Ambedkar. Jawaharlal Nehru, can you see this picture over here? He is Jawaharlal Nehru, our first Prime Minister. Nehru was the president of the 49th and 50th session of INC. Please remember this, it is important. Sometimes they just ask you as to who was the president of which number. They will give you some number, this session of INC. So such direct questions are also asked often. So please remember this, that Nehru was the president of the 49th and the 50th session of INC, Indian National Congress. His non-aligned movement and mixed economy principles are very famous, again important. He declared Congress supports complete democracy and it fights for democracy only and not for socialism, again important. The architect of industrialization and modern India. He laid foundation for diverse culture of India by implementing language-based reorganization of states policy. Again important. He had firmly believed that only complete industrialization can bring development. First Prime Minister of India. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, very important person. Can you see this picture over here? He is Muhammad Ali Jinnah. He joined INC in 1906. What happened in 1906? Comment below. We have just done it in like 3-4 slides back. He declared himself as the nationalist Muslim in the round table conferences. He called himself as the nationalist Muslim. Again important. The partition of India, finally in the Lahore session of Muslim League in 1940, Jinnah declared that Hindus and Muslims cannot make one nation. What a biased thought and stupid thought it was. We know that Hindus and Muslims cannot just make one nation, but they can even make a world. We believe in unity. The Labour Party came to power in England after the Second World War. The Muslim League called for Direct Action Day on 16th August 1946. This is very important. Please remember the date. On 15th August 1947, two new nations, that is India and Pakistan, were born. Radcliffe Commission marked the boundaries. Radcliffe was a person. Commission was they marked the boundaries between India and Pakistan on 30th January 1948. Mahatma Gandhi ji, who was the harbinger of peace between Hindus and Muslims, he was shot dead by Nathuram Godse. Remember this name. Here is a picture. This is a map of India. It was before the partition. Before the Pakistan and Bangladesh were formed, this is how our original India, our Akhand Bharata looked like. Can you see this? How big and beautiful it was, isn't it? And this is India after the partition. That is after the formation of Pakistan over here, as well as Bangladesh, that is East Pakistan. This is how India now looks. It is still beautiful, isn't it? So here we have completed the second lesson. Third lesson is post-independent India. 562 princely states were there in India soon after the partition of India. Soon after independence, we had 562 princely states in India. And it was a great challenge to integrate all these states and make the complete India. When India was celebrating its independence in New Delhi, Gandhi ji was in Naukali and other places meeting the victims of communal violence. The Bengal Vimochana movement, important, which was supported by India, could finally liberate the Bangladesh. In which year? Comment below. In 1960, the government of Karnataka sanctioned 3,000 acres of land to Tibetan refugees at Bailukuppe, again important. By the 42nd Amendment Act to the Constitution, the words secular and socialist were added in the year 1976. Extremely important, the new words of secular and socialist. These words were not there in the preamble or the Constitution of India. They were later added by the 42nd Amendment Act Act of the Constitution in the year 1976. Very, very important. This has been asked several times in the several previous competitive exams. Secular and socialist. These two words were added by the 42nd Amendment to the Constitution of India in the year 1976. So please remember this. Parliamentary democracy. We have the parliamentary democracy. The Constitution's drafting committee studied various constitutions of the world. Like we have studied almost every constitution of the world before actually formatting and making our own constitution, and came to the conclusion that parliament elected by the people should be the ultimate authority in the governance. British had kept three options to the remaining princely states. And what were those? Either join India, or join Pakistan, or remain independent. So these three options were given to every princely state then by the British. Government of India, through its instrument of accession, offered an opportunity for the princely states to join the federal structure of India. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who is called as the Iron Man of India. This picture over here, he is the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. He is the person who is responsible for the one integrated, united India. So Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, who is also called as the Iron Man of India, he was responsible for the integration of India. Junagadh joined the Indian Federation in 1949. Remember the years. These years are very important. The Nizam of Hyderabad had a cruel army called Razakars. Again important. Hyderabad integrated with India in 1948. The king of Jammu and Kashmir, he was Hari Singh. He decided to remain independent, but later, again, the king Hari Singh agreed to join India in October 1947. So, 1947, Jammu and Kashmir joined India. Then Hyderabad joined India in 1948, and finally, Junagadh also joined India in 1949. UNO issued battle truce on 1st January 1949. Pakistan occupied Kashmir, which is also called as POK. Important. Pondicherry became the Union Territory of India in 1963. Portuguese liberated Goa in 1955. We all know that the Portuguese were the first and were also the last Europeans that left India. Goa had remained a union territory till 1987 and later it became a state. This is important. See, please remember the years. Okay, Pondicherry became the union territory UT of India in 1963. Portuguese liberated Goa in 1955. Goa had remained a union territory union territory till 1987. Later it became a state and Goa is the smallest state in India. Potti Sri Ramalu, who died after 54 days of hunger strike, he was responsible for the formation of the Andhra Pradesh state and it was formed in the year 1953. Again important. Potti Sri Ramalu was the person who fasted for the construction, for the establishment of this state of Andhra Pradesh, and he fasted for 54 days, and died after fasting restlessly for 54 days. And it is only after the death of some person that the government of India understands that, yeah, we must do something. And later, after, 3-4 deaths, they finally do something. And that is how, after the death of Potti Sri Ramalu, the state of Andhra Pradesh was formed in 1953. In 1953, the reorganization of the State Commission was formed and Mr. Fazil Ali was the president of this reorganization of States Commission of 1953. K.M. Panikkar and H.N. Kunzru were its members. This is very, very important. Remember who was the president, the name of this commission, the year 1953, and also the members, K.M. Panikkar and H.N. Kunzru. In 1953, States Reorganization Act was also done, and according to this act, 14 states and 6 union territories were formed. Again important. On 14th October 1947, Mysore state came into existence. Very, very important. 14th October 1947, Mysuru state came into existence. Akhila Karnataka Rajya Nirmana Parishad, or you can say Akhand Karnataka Rajya Nirmana Parishad, was established. When it was established, please comment below the years. In 1956, Vishala Mysuru state came into existence. Finally, our Vishala Mysuru was made, and later in 1973, it was renamed as Karnataka, and that is why every 1st November is celebrated as Karnataka Rajyotsava Day or Nadotsava Day. You can also say it like that. Here we have completed the third lesson. The fourth lesson is the political developments of the 20th century. First World War divided the country into two groups, Triple Entity and Triple Alliance. The Triple Entity had England, France and Russia. Triple Alliance had Germany, Italy and Austria-Hungary. Austria-Hungary considered as the one country. Is considered as one country. The First World War took place between 1914 and 1918. Assassination of Archduke Francis Ferdinand. Who was he? He was the Prince of Austria, was the immediate cause of the war. This is very, very important. The Triple Entity forced Germany to sign the Treaty of Versailles in 1919. Then later the League of Nations came into existence in 1919. Again important. These two things are important. Finally the First World War ended with the Treaty of Versailles in 1919, which was signed by Germany. And later, soon after the end of First World War, the League of Nations was established and it came into existence in 1919. Russian Revolution. This is a very important revolution. Russia is the biggest of all the nations in the world. The rule of czars was called as a nationalistic jail. Japan, a small country of Asia, defeated Russia in 1905. This is very important. Again, what happened in 1905 in India? Comment below. Vladimir Ilyich Lenin guided the farmers and the workers on the path of revolution. When the resistance became more intense, then the Tsar Nicholas II, can you see this picture over here? He's Tsar Nicholas II, he ran away. And this is called as the February 1917 revolution. Again important. The moderates were called as Mensheviks. They declared Russia as the republic. So here also in Russia also we had the moderates and the extremists. So the moderates, they were called as Mensheviks in Russia and they declared Russia as the republic. Lenin returned to Russia and called for peaceful land. This is a famous thing that was, told by Lenin. Please remember. The Bolsheviks, the party of the workers. Bolsheviks means what? It is the party of the workers. So the party of the workers was called as Bolsheviks. Was created October Revolution in 1917. Again important. Lenin joined the Revolutionary Party and declared Russia as a socialist republic union on 7th October, and that is called as October Revolution. Again important. Lenin became the president of the government. Lenin was the first to implement the Karl Marx scientific communism in practice. Joseph Stalin became the president after the death of Lenin. USSR launched the first satellite in the history of human civilization. What was that name of that satellite? Please comment below. Yuri Gagarin. Can you see this picture over here? He is Yuri Gagarin and he became the first astronaut of the world. This is very, very important. Remember, the names are very important and also who did it first. Many reformations like Glasnost in 1985 and Perestroika in 1987 were brought in. These were the two reformations that were brought in. Glasnost in 1985 and Perestroika in 1987. After these reformations were implemented by Gorbachev, the then president of the USSR, the USSR disintegrated and the communism collapsed.
Perestroika and Glasnost were the complete reformations advocated by the Communist Party of Soviet Russia. The then president of Russia, that is Gorbachev, launched these reformations in order to democratize the political system of USSR. Very important. Perestroika means reorganizing and glasnost means liberal. Please remember the meanings. Glasnost means liberal, perestroika means reorganizing. And these two were the reformations that were started by then president. What was his name? His name was Gorbachev. Why so? Because he wanted to change the political system of USSR, which was actually communist, but he wanted to make it democracy. That is, he wanted to democratize it. And that is why he started. And finally, communism collapsed in Russia, USSR disintegrated, and finally, we had democracy in Russia. Hitler became the Chancellor of Germany, and after the death of the President Hindenburg, he became the dictator. Hitler became Führer. What is the meaning of Führer? Comment below. He declared the Nazi Party as the only party in the Germany. Important. The supremacy of German race theory. The Nazism advocated that Germans were the superior race of the world and they were the only fit people to rule the world. A minister named Goebbels was appointed to spread the theory of Nazism. This is important. What was the name of the minister? Goebbels. A cruel army named Brown Shirts was formed by Hitler. The mass killings was done by Hitler and that was called as Holocaust. This is often asked. Please remember the name. The mass killings that was done by Hitler is called as what? Holocaust. In 1935, Hitler implemented Nuremberg laws. Again important. The fascist party of Mussolini of Italy. Can you see this picture over here? He is Mussolini. Mussolini was the Prime Minister of Italy from 1922 to 1943 and was the founder of National Fascist Party in Italy. Again important. In 1925, he dismissed the democracy of Italy illegally and became the dictator of Italy. He was assassinated in 1945. Second World War. Can you see this picture over here? He is Hitler. Second World War, Germans occupied Poland on 1st September 1939. The Second World War took place from 1939 to 1945. Important. And it was only after that Second World War, it finished. Only after that we got independence in 1947. The rich countries experienced great economic depression during 1930s. Two groups emerged, Axis and Allies. Axis were Germany, Italy and Japan. We had Hitler in Germany, Mussolini in Italy and Japan also became a dictator country. There was dictatorship in Japan as well. And allies were England, France, Russia, and other countries. Later, USA also joined the Allies group. Russia entered a no-war pact with Germany on 24th August 1939. Hitler committed suicide in 1945. USA dropped the first atomic bomb of the world on Hiroshima and Nagasaki of Japan. On 15th August 1945, Japan surrendered completely. To whom? To USA. UNO came into existence after the Second World War. The winning countries of the Second World War, that is England, China, USA, USSR, and France, became the permanent members of the Security. Not human, it is UNO Security Council. I'm very sorry for this typo. Since USA used nuclear weapon in Japan, nuclear arms race, important, started between the powerful countries. Chinese Revolution, again a very important revolution in 1911. What happened in India in 1911? Please comment below. Under the leadership of Kuomintang party's leader Sun Yat-sen, anti-imperialistic democratic revolution took place. The Communist Party started in China in the year 1925. Important, remember the year. Communist Party. To protect the Communist Party members, Mao Zedong started a long march, like how we had a Dandi March or Salt March in India, like that they had a long march, and it was started by this Mao Zedong to the northern part of China. They traveled over 10,000 kilometers with 80,000 revolutionaries for about a year. From October 1934 to October 1935, from Xiangis in Southeast China to Yunnan in Northwest China. This is very, very important. Please remember, the facts. The oppressionist ruler Chiang Kai-shek ran away to Taiwan. On 1st October 1949, People's Liberation Army, that is PLA, entered Peking, that is Beijing. I'm sorry for the typo, it should be Liberation Army. People's Republic was established in China finally, and Mao Zedong became the first president of China. Important. Leap Forward program was planned and implemented. This is also important. Then finally, we have the Cold War. The Cold War is the war between the capitalist bloc led by USA and the communist bloc led by USSR. It remained till the collapse of USSR in 1989. Again important. USA formed several organizations like NATO, North Atlantic Treaty Organization, CETO, Southeast Asian Treaty Organization, and CENTO, that is Central East North Treaty Organization, whereas USSR started Warsaw Organization. Remember the names of the organizations that were started by these, particular blocks. Korean War, Vietnam War, the Suez Canal crisis of 1956, remember the year. The Berlin crisis of 1961, again remember the year please. The Cuban crisis of 1962, again the year is important. So remember the years when it happened, okay? All these were the important things or the wars, the important crises that took place worldwide. The Great Economic Depression that affected USA in 1927, again important, brought in many changes in the politics of USA. Second World War. Finally, what happened? What did this Japan do that made the USA to put atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki? That was Second World War. Finally, Japan attacked the Pearl Harbor. Even after USA had warned Japan, Japan did this thing. And Pearl Harbor was the military base of USA. Roosevelt was the president. Can you see this picture over here? He is Roosevelt. He was the president of USA then. So he finally decided to put atomic bombs on the two famous cities, Hiroshima and Nagasaki of Japan. And Roosevelt was the person who took this decision, and the bombing was done. And finally, when the bombing was done, Japan surrendered completely. And later, even Germany and Italy surrendered, and the Second World War came to an end. Cold War, this picture explains it all. USA flag and USSR, that is the flag of Russia. So it is nothing but the war, the silent war that was going on between USA and USSR. USA and USSR, and soon after the disintegration of USSR, the Cold War came to an end. Most of these scholars say that what USA did, that is bombing Japan with atomic bombs, was a wrong action that was taken by USA, and many scholars criticize USA. Of course, we cannot forget the destruction that was made by USA by bombing on Japan. No doubt it became the superpower or the only power of the modern world after that, but we regret the decision that was taken by USA. And USA cannot be forgiven for this. Here are some pictures. Can you see this picture over here? This is a picture of First World War. Destruction everywhere. So many deaths, so many people got injured. Can you see this picture over here? This is a picture of the Second World War. This is First World War and this is Second World War. A lot of bombing was done, a lot of destruction took place. It was an even bigger war. And if at all we will have a Third World War, then that will lead to the end of the world and end of human race. So please remember, people or the students or anyone who is watching this video, believe in unity, believe in equality, and remember that non-violence and peace is very important. Can you see this picture over here? This is a picture of Hiroshima. This is Hiroshima after bombing. So much of destruction. Why did USA do this? What was the need of this? And this is a picture of Nagasaki. Nagasaki. Can you see this picture? Again, destruction and destruction everywhere. USA cannot be forgiven for this. And also, there is another question for you. The name of that atomic bombs that were put on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, what were their names? Please find out and comment below. These are the pictures of our heroes. This is Lenin, Vladimir Lenin. This is Stalin, the person who also started the fire plants. And he is Mao Zedong. I believe he was the Gandhiji of China. Finally, we have completed the last lesson, the fourth and the final lesson of this book as well. And here we complete the history series. The history series from 7 to 10 standard. All the books are covered. If you haven't seen the previous videos, then please go back, see them, get knowledge and work on yourself. The final message that I want to give to everyone, to all the people who watch my videos, that we need to work for peace in this world. When will the ongoing wars, the war, be it between the India and Pakistan, or be it the whole world against Palestine, or any other war that is going on all over the world, when will these wars stop? When is it going to stop? When are we going to have peace in the world? Children, students, friends, guys, whoever you are, ladies and gentlemen, please remember that unity is important. Peace is important. Non-violence is important. Development is important. We need peace in the world. We need unity. We need equality. We need equity. Please remember this, and remember that there is nothing bigger than humanity. There is nothing above than peace on earth. Please save the world, save your countries, save people from fighting against each other in the name of religion, caste, creed, race, or whatever it is. Just let's say no to fight and let's say yes to peace. I hope you enjoyed this class. Thank you for watching. Please do like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon. Thank you.